television interview to be broadcast this weekend. The Prime Minister admitted he did strike a deal with Tony Blair for the leadership of the Labour Party back in 1994. Our political correspondent Rita Chakrabarti reports.
Who is the real Gordon Brown? The serious, focused politician uncomfortable with anything touchy-feely? Or the emotional figure in this weekend's interviews, speaking frankly about his life, his marriage and the death of his baby daughter Jennifer Jane in 2002?
We had a weekend where we just knew that she was not going to survive. And she was baptised and we were with her and I held her as she died. And it was, you know, Sarah and I just, we found it very difficult because, you know, it was our first child and she was such a beautiful baby and you couldn't see from anything that there was something so fundamentally wrong, but she'd suffered a brain hemorrhage and we only found out after a week.
In the past, he never seemed very comfortable under the media spotlight, but now he declares he's an open book.
It's not often the chance to get something. Not often you get something for free. So.
Despite the smiles, his relationship with Tony Blair was, he admits, tense and difficult. But he denies one of the central myths of New Labour, that this restaurant was where they did the deal in 1994 as to who should become leader. There was no deal struck at Granita, he says. I'd already agreed with Tony before that dinner that he would stand for the leadership and that at some point Tony would stand down and he would support me when that was the case. The other main partnership has been with wife Sarah. They married in 2000 and he was pressed in the interview to describe how he popped the question.
Are you standing face to face, holding hands?
We're holding hands, yes.
And you want to know, don't you? I do.
Well, the words were, I want to get married soon, and we should get married soon, please.
The Tory leader has never been camera shy. Last year, the public watched him at breakfast with wife Samantha. David Cameron said people wanted to know more about him. That was modern politics. But is there any proof voters really respond to these more personal portrayals?
At the moment, David Cameron does better than Gordon Brown on those key characteristics about being a capable leader, about being good in a crisis. Gordon Brown has been far too up and down on a whole range of those things. And so he's also been around for a very long time, which makes it harder to reinvent himself.
In Gordon Brown's constituency, voters had a mixed reaction.
He's a dour-looking person, but I think he genuinely is a man's got a heart.
I think he's trying to get the sympathy vote.
Gordon Brown's broadcast interview is an hour long, but the moment that people are likely to remember, and the clip the programme released early, is where he breaks down over his little girl's death. There'll no doubt be great public sympathy for the tragedy he suffered, but voters will also be weighing up whether they want public emotion from someone who up till now has been a very private man. Rita Chakrabarti, BBC News, Downing Street.